First of all, I want to congratulate Chairwoman-Elect Lisa Cupid on assuming the reins of the county on January 1st. I also want to talk about, just very briefly, the extraordinary efforts on the part of so many people in this county to speak, to get out there and represent the voice of the people. We had over 300,000 of 500,000 elected, of 500,000 voters in the county who went to the polls in October and November. And I think that's just a great example of true democracy in action. But I think it's also important that as part of this process that we have a transition in grace, that we acknowledge the voice of the people, we hear them, and we move on. I think Commissioner Cupid knows that I stand ready and able to assist her in this transition in every aspect of this important role that she's about to assume. And that's because it's for the best interest of the people of Cobb County that we have this transition in grace. And I hope that this message gets loud and clear to our national and our state leaders that this transition in grace is part of the election process. I find it extraordinary that 4 years ago nobody complained about the results of the election, and yet 4 years later we have people who question the integrity of the voting process because they lost. That doesn't reflect well of leadership. That doesn't happen in Cobb County. That's not going to happen in Cobb County as long as I'm the chairman. And I think it's important that we are different here in Cobb County because the people themselves are such decent, wonderful, and caring people, and they expect that of us as leaderships, that we do all we can to make this transition in grace so that when she assumes the leadership on January 1st, it'll be without any kind of interruption. So tomorrow, we celebrate Veterans Day. And as you know, I'm a veteran, as is Commissioner Ott. But really, we're all veterans in this country. Because I think if we were ever called by this country, we would step up and do our duty, because we love this country. And tomorrow, I just think it's a great time to remember, if nothing else, what this country stands for. That although veterans fought for freedom and still fight for freedom, we all fight for freedom in our own ways. And one way to do that is to acknowledge the will and voice of the people and to continue and to encourage what I call this transition in grace. So with that, we're adjourned.